Hi, my name is Christy. Today I'll be discussing the second language learners and how I, as a future educator, can meet the needs of these students and help them build communication skills. Second language learners need an inclusive classroom environment that not only teaches them a second language, but also supports their home language and culture and works to conserve that. Children also need to have all the tools and support needed so that they are able to join in any activities. If there are any special accommodations that need to be made, they need to be made for each individual student. Children also need a classroom environment that supports individually and culturally diverse and appropriate curriculum. My promise as a future educator is to create a learning environment that is inclusive for all children and is respectful of all languages and cultures, and especially the home language as well. One of the most important steps I would need to make this happen is to have close collaboration with the parents and the children. Getting to know each student and their families will help me to make my curriculum culturally appropriate and help me to be more conscious of each child's individual needs and how I can help to develop their languages in the classroom setting, and how I can encourage parents to help them develop their first language in home setting. As I continue learning more about each child, I can also begin to modify my curriculum to meet each child's needs. I would also have family members of my students come frequently to the school to share part of their culture with the class. This would give students more knowledge of diverse cultures and also help the families and the students of those families to see their culture as special and unique. When necessary, I would provide parents with resources and referrals to help in any areas that the students may be struggling. Research has shown that children who are exposed to dual languages before 6 months learn both languages simultaneously without any specific preference for one language or the other. However, after 6 months, they begin to make preferences based on which language that they hear the most. For this reason, I would make sure that the families and myself gave equal exposure to these students for each language. I would also encourage families to continue not only speaking their home language, but also sharing their cultural values with their students. I would incorporate culturally relevant materials in my classroom and also culturally relevant activities in my classroom as well. I think if we as educators make a commitment to support and incorporate cultural diversity in the classroom, we're teaching children to respect cultures that are different than their own. And children look to adults in their lives as examples. And since we spend the most time with the children, we need to exemplify respect to these children. And we also need to exemplify respect not only for cultural diversity, but we also need to encourage each child to respect their own cultures as special and unique. Thank you.